Ongi etorri berriro ere EHU Osasunean Medikuntza eta Arizantza Fakultateko podcastera. Gaur gurekin dugu Sheena Omoregie irakaslea, Nigeriako Beningo Unibertsitateko beken koordinatzailea. Oraingo honetan, bere unibertsitateko bizita instituzionalaren barruan kokatzen da, baina aurretik gure unibertsitatean egon zen 6 hilabetez, ikerketa egonaldi batean. Hoy tenemos con nosotros a la profesora Sheena Omoregie, que es la coordinadora de becas de la Universidad de Benin en Nigeria. En esta ocasión nos visita en el marco de una visita institucional como parte de la delegación de la Universidad de Benin, pero previamente estuvo en nuestra universidad durante 6 meses en una estancia de investigación. So, good morning, Sheena.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We would like to briefly review your previous stay here at the School of Medicine and Nursing. So, you stayed here in this School of Medicine. More precisely, you were in the medical mycology laboratory, is that right?
Yes.
So, you were here between September 2022 and March 2023.
Yes.
And could you please tell us how you managed to get this opportunity? How did you come here?
Okay, I am a professor of clinical biochemistry and toxicology from University of Benin, Nigeria. I came across the call for the fellowship for Science, Women in Science Foundation, and I saw the call online, and I saw the criteria and believed I can meet up with the criteria, so I applied for the fellowship. I didn't know anyone in the University of Vasco country. Actually, I initially applied through the Biocruise Institute, but they didn't have any plan for me because the fellowship is such that you choose a research institute that aligns with your area of research, and Biocruise happened to be one of the institutes I picked because my area is more of ethnobiochemistry. We use natural products from medicinal plants to look for validation of their local claims and then look at mechanism of action of the chemicals or compounds in the medicinal plants. And my area, we look at anti-plasmodia related to malaria because malaria is endemic in Nigeria. And Biocruise didn't have any plan for me, and I was able to get a link to University of the Basque Country and then to Professor Guillermo's laboratory, where they introduced me to the area of antimicrobial research, and I got interested because I have some medicinal plants fractions that also have such activity, antimicrobial. So I did the application. I got a good response from the foundation, and that was how I came here to the university.
Okay, but as far as I know, only senior researchers can benefit from that program?
Yeah, it's for senior visiting researcher, and it's the fellowship was very easy because it doesn't have age limit, and because there was no age limitation. And the process of completing the form for the fellowship was easy too. And you have to choose a lab. You don't need to get acceptance letter from the institute before you can come, unlike other fellowship. And it's created an opportunity for women like us because it's purely for women. Most times you don't have such opportunities, especially when you're in a field with both male and female. Most times the male gets more such opportunity, but this one is specifically for women. And since that time, I've been able to encourage other women to apply for such fellowship, because without that, you won't have the opportunity to get exposure to facilities like I did here. The 6 months was quite a very, very interesting time for me because I'm away from home, though it's difficult to be far from home, but I met a family here who were supportive so it made my work easier.
Uh-huh. And would you mind explaining a bit about which was your line of research when you were here, or which experiments were you working on here in the lab?
Yes, I worked on medicinal plant fraction, looking at in vitro and in vivo antimicrobial activities of some selected plants fractions that I brought from my country. Mm-hmm. We looked at their effects on fungi and bacteria, and we were able to get good activity against some candida species, fungi species.
Uh-huh. How interesting.
Yes.
So I was going to ask you, what was your experience like? If you already got the results you were looking for, you've mostly answered that.
Even coming back here now, we are still working, because when I left after 6 months, there was some validation I needed to do back home, because I work with laboratory animals. They don't do here. They do more of in vitro study. Yeah. They also work with some other animals like larvae. But back home, I work with rats and mice. So I was able to go back home to continue part of the work by doing some toxicity study, using laboratory animal to look at acute toxicity study and some sub-acute toxicity still related to the work I did here. Yeah, we have a manuscript ready from the work we did. Oh. So I think soon it will be published. Time.
Congratulations about that. And as part of your experience here, did you get along with your colleagues in the lab? Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did. We have our peculiarities, and somehow we were able to accommodate each other, work together as one family. And I like, because I've traveled to different environments for research, for conferences, and I like learning about cultures. Even before I came to the Basque country, I started learning some French through Duolingo. But when I got here, it was different.
Completely different.
So I had one of the member of the group, Estelle, who was trying to teach me about Basque language. It's kind of confusing. Then the head of the lab, Professor Elena, was also very, very supportive. So it was easy for me to integrate into the environment, the culture, and I had opportunity to see the different town in Bilbao.
Oh, that was my next question. So you did find the time to explore the Basque country?
I did.
And what would you highlight about those visits? What was your favorite place?
The Pincho.
The Pinchos,
great.
Of course.
And then you have beautiful country here. Very clean, the environment is top-notch. And I went to different towns, Victoria, Gizet, San Sebastian, Pamplona. I went to different places.
You didn't miss anything then?
No, I didn't. I was even part of the festival sometimes, because I was here between September and March. Yes. So I was here during Christmas, the holidays. So all the time I was here, it was well spent. There was no dull moments. Because by the time you work from Monday to Friday, the weekend is already jam-packed with activities. Yeah. Yes, they make sure I was not missing home.
And now you're back here?
Yes.
And this time, what is the purpose of your visit?
Yes, I came with a team from my university in Nigeria. The head of the team is the Vice Chancellor, a rectoria from my university. And we came on a tour of the university to see if we can interact with the management here and see if there will be opportunity for us to collaborate. Since I was here before, so I've told them about my good experience here, so we can start with the faculty and other faculties in the university, if we can reach an agreement, because I'm sure there will be different areas we can collaborate. So it will be a great opportunity for us and for the University of the Basque country.
Of course, yes. Both of us. And would you like to tell us anything more about your main research area? Is there something you've missed, or you've already told us everything about
Yeah,
your research.
my research area is, like I said, ethnobiochemistry and toxicology. Exactly. What we do, we rely on local claims, because in my country we do a lot of ethno-medicinal practice, traditional
That's
medicine. We have the local traditional healers who work with herbs, medicinal plants, decoction or concussions. So we as scientists, we get all those claims by doing a kind of a survey of what they do, maybe for treating of malaria, for cancer, for ulcers, for anemia. So my area is to look at all those local claims and find a scientific validation for those claims, if it is true. If it's effective or not. Yeah. Then we also look at mechanism of action of the natural products. So that is what I do.
It's an amazing work.
It is.
Yes.
So coming here, they work with pure compounds. So I came with plant fractions. So we're able to collaborate together. Wow. And we're able to get something good from it.
Wow. And finally, what would you say, what role do women play in science in your country? Yes, you've already told us something, but...
Yeah, we play tangible role. Maybe in previous years, female scientists weren't so many. But with time, the awareness is growing. Like, I'll start with my daughters. I have 4 daughters. And 2 of them are scientists. One is a medical doctor. The other one, she's rounding up as a dentist. So, and we have women that are strong, who are able to find a balance. Especially the married ones, they are able to find a balance between their career and the home front. Yes. Yeah. So they are working. They are doing a lot in the research area. Wow. And you see more women now in science than men now.
There's more women now?
There are more women now.
Wow. So there's been a great change there.
Yes, and they've been able to multitask, do a lot of things. And I think there's equality is coming up gradually. The percentage is growing.
Those are great news.
Yes.
Yes. So we're almost done, Sheena. I don't know if is there anything else you would like to share with us, or I don't have more questions. So it's up to you. If you want to tell us something else.
No, I want to thank the University of the Basque Country for giving me that opportunity. And since I came here, my life has not been the same.
Oh.
Because I have new family here. Yeah. And I keep telling them back home my experiences here, and it was a great opportunity for me, because if they had not taken me in, I wonder where I would be now. And the kind of exposure I got in terms of research, it was an open door for me, and it's quite nice. And I had a great experience.
It's good to hear that.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for your time. It's really been a pleasure for me, and I'm sure everyone will enjoy listening to your experience here.
Thank you.
Y nada, os emplazamos al siguiente podcast de HU Osasunean.